Realistic robots are in the workforce right now. As you can see, this one is installing drywall, and our society is about to change immensely. Elon Musk and Sam Altman are the two most advanced competitors in this growing global market, and it could end destructively. What will these robots bring to the table, and how will they benefit or possibly hinder your life in the future? Should you be excited or worried? That's for you to decide. Robots are rapidly advancing, and Sam Altman and Elon Musk are at the forefront of their advancements. Nothing has, nor will be this impactful since the Industrial Revolution, and shockingly, this has all happened before. We must simply take a look at how the labor of an entire species disappeared from the workforce with the introduction of the automobile. Before the automobile, the main method of transportation had always been horses, but with one new invention, they had instantaneously become obsolete. 5,000 years of work service from a species automatically became rendered unfit in just a decade. It took from the years 1907 to 1917 for horses to fade away from the mainstream of the global US market, and the world was soon to follow. In today's world, you rarely see horses as the main mode of travel anywhere, and we are not so different from horses in this aspect. The impact the introduction of realistic robots have on the workforce and general life cannot be understated. We have become the obsolete working class similar to horses. However, we just have to wait and see if that is a positive thing or a horrifying future. Sam Altman, founder of ChatGPT, teamed up with the robotics company Figure. Together, they just released a state-of-the-art robot, Figure 2, that could be coming for jobs all around the global market. The robots have already been implemented in the BMW factory in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and are actively being tested to replace low-level laborers. This is an eerie realization, as most people believe that AI robots taking over jobs is a distant dystopia. However, the wheels are already turning and gaining momentum, and robots are just going to keep advancing every year thanks to competition. Altman's main competitor in this market is Elon Musk, who recently just revealed that his Tesla bot only cost $10,000 to make and could potentially scale his company to $25 trillion in the future, with a T, which is over the value of half of the US's top 500 companies. But what does this mean for the average person? Well, that could mean a few different futures, one utopian or one dystopian. Wouldn't you love if you could pursue nothing but what you want out of life without the fear of losing your basic human needs? Is the idea of being truly free from work a reality you've dreamed of? Well, then this advancement could potentially be your biggest ally if implemented correctly. To briefly summarize, this comes with the idea of a universal basic income, where robots replace our labor and governments tax companies on high increased profits and hand that money out to the general public to be able to live, since the cost of goods would plummet with robot labor. However, this can become a dystopian future if governments are not able to regulate AI, or company taxes and job loss skyrockets, because no laborer will be able to compete in that market. So what advancements took place in these new generations of robots that could potentially lead to this future? Starting with Sam Altman's Figure 2, its new 4th generation hand design acts as a more realistic human hand with similar movements. This gives it the potential to do similar jobs. It now has AI-driven vision with 6 cameras that allow it to see in all angles with the power of AI and make logical choices for its next movements to complete its goal. It now has implemented 3 times the AI computation power, which is nearing human-level intelligence, and has a VLM speech-to-speech reasoning with AI and can have developed conversations with its employer. And most importantly, a 50% increase to runtime and battery life for maximum slaving. And lastly, in its development in the BMW factory, it has learned 100% on its own for accurate part placement and learns from its mistakes, showing teachability, which is concerning for many other reasons. Overall, Figure 2 has made many massive strides this last year and is becoming more and more human-like. And remember, this is just its infancy. Looking at Elon Musk's new Tesla robot, the most attractive aspect is its price tag of $10,000. Similarly, the hand of the Tesla bot has been upgraded, and overall it is neck and neck with the Figure 2. However, its chat computational power is not quite as good as Figure 2 yet. The Tesla bot's unique attribute is its ability to have tactile touching and not break sensitive objects. The robots are being tested in the Tesla factories right now, and have already replaced some low-level jobs, and is outperforming workers thanks to its robotic nature to not need health insurance, paid time off, or any basic human needs. All it needs is a quick charge where it returns itself when it needs to be charged, and it's good to go. So what happens when we develop artificial general intelligence, which is coming in the next year or two? AGI would allow the robot to fully think for itself and learn at a much faster rate, similar to a human brain. It is the next step in AI, and a scary one at that, because then we must think about sentiency and whether or not the robot is really that different from us. This is a topic for a future video, so look out for that. We currently have a short story about where robots lead the job market. In the near future, AI robots become a reality, replacing workers in every industry. What began as a golden age of productivity soon turned dark as millions of jobs vanished. Factories and offices that once buzzed with human activity were now run by machines, leaving the working class jobless and desperate. As the displaced workers protested, their pleas were ignored by the top 1%, the elites who owned the companies and reaped unimaginable profits from automation. Fearful of the growing masses, the elites devised a chilling plan. Using the same robots that caused the job losses, they built towering walls around the sprawling slums where the 99% now lived. Inside these walled-off zones, life was a daily struggle. Poverty, disease, and violence ran rampant, while elites enjoyed lives of luxury in pristine cities, far removed from the chaos. The walls separated the two worlds, one of excess and comfort, the other of despair and deprivation. The divide between the rich and poor grew wider. With AI robots now guarding the dystopia they had created, the future was no longer one of hope, but of survival and isolation. The wheels had already been set in motion, and there was no turning back. Overall, I think that the implementation of these robots are inevitable, and the next step in the quote-unquote industrial revolution. I like the idea of replaced labor and really hope for a potential future of prosperity for all. However, I believe human greed will likely interrupt that, and we will end up in a large-scale battle. I find this topic particularly unnerving because the uncertainties are many. However, all we can do now is buckle up and hopefully enjoy the ride. We have a video about how AI is impacting the Ukrainian war linked here. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, keep your mind strong and your curiosity stronger. Till next time.